This message comes from NPR sponsor Patagonia. As environmental progress stalls, Patagonia believes it's on businesses to step up. The company knows it isn't perfect, but it's proving businesses can make a profit without bankrupting the planet. Explore more at patagonia.com/impact.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. Turkey too dry? Just pour this rich voice all over it. I'm Bill Curtis, and here is your host at the Studebaker Theater in the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks, everybody. So you got everything ready for Thanksgiving. You bought all the groceries for the big meal. You prepared the guest room for the one relative you like, and you prepared a lie about not having a guest room for the relatives you don't like. But if you are like a lot of other people this year, you forgot one thing, something to be thankful for. No worries, we've got you.
Think of us as a DoorDash driver with a big hot bag of gratitude.
This hour, we'll be sharing some of the great things that happened on our show this past year, and you'll see why we are thankful for every one of them.
Last summer, actor Paul Giamatti joined us at Tanglewood in western Massachusetts. He's the kind of actor who feels like someone you know. So Peter asked him, what do people think they know about him?
Usually when I talk to actors with extremely long and varied careers like you, I ask what role you're most often known for. But in your case, I wanted to ask something slightly different, which is, based on all the roles you've played, what kind of assumptions do people make about you as a real person?
Oh, well, lots. I mean, the wine thing, everybody assumes I know all about wine.
Yeah.
And I don't know crap about wine. I know literally nothing about wine. Nothing.
You're telling me it was all an illusion?
It was all an illusion. It was all pretend.
Oh,
All pretend.
That's terrible.
I love horses. I've gotten to ride horses and stuff. Love horses.
There you go. Okay.
Yep. Oh,
Is there like a paradigmatic Paul Giamatti role? Like who do they there's a role that they say, we got to get Paul Giamatti for this. He's perfect.
Geez, I don't know. I mean, it used to be I would get a script and I'd open it and I'd be reading it and I would come to a character where they say kind of a disheveled man sort of shuffles into the room. Or something, or an angry voice is heard off camera. She yelling in the bathroom or something. And I was like, this is my part, okay.
Get out the highlighter right there.
Here we go. Yep, and so it was generally, there's an angry middle management type who steps in. And,
just as soon as you see the line, what the hell are you doing? That's
exactly.
Highlighting. That's you. That's
Exactly.
Wow. You started out in theater, you started it at Yale, and like a lot of actors, you worked your way up. One of your first TV roles, I was told, was Man in Sleeping Bag on NYPD Blue.
That's right.
Right.
Well, it was it was one of the first kind of roles I had on television or anything. I'd been doing some legit theater.
Well, of course.
And then I took a day off to go play Man in Sleeping Bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
what did they have you do as Man in Sleeping Bag?
Not witness the crime is what I did.
Really?
Yeah. They came to question us about who witnessed the crime, and I said, not me, man. And that was it.
Really?
I was in the sleeping bag, and Dennis Franz was going, who saw anything that happened? I said, not me, man.
And were you down on the ground looking up
at him? Yep, I was down.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was looking up at Dennis Franz. I went, not me, man.
It's amazing. So many years later, you can still remember your lines.
Yep.
Yeah. I was doing some research. I found this profile of you from The Guardian.
You really were doing some research.
I was. I read this profile of you. It was in The Guardian newspaper from 2007. It was titled, Paul Giamatti, Mr. Potato Face. Mm-hmm. Have you had your vengeance upon them?
On The Guardian?
Yeah.
No, not yet. I mean, I'm in the Downton Abbey movie that's coming out, so I feel like...
Oh, here you go.
I feel like, in a sense, in that movie, I stick it to the English a little bit.
Really?
In that movie, yeah.
Are you the guy who shows up and tells the Earl of Grantham he's doing it wrong?
Let's say it's close to that, yeah.
Really?
Sort of. You'll have to see the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that? I'm assuming. I mean, we actually have met some of the actors. It seems like that's a lot of fun to do.
Really fun. Yeah. The people are terrific. It was really great.
They dress you up.
They dress you up, and I play the kind of doofy American who comes in and sort of, is all like, what is this tea business with you people? I don't get this. What are you talking about? Sausage rolls. And, I'm all like...
Since I brought it up, I have to mention the movie Big Fat Liar, in which you were, in fact, dyed completely blue.
Correct.
Can you explain, for those who didn't see that movie, why were you dyed completely blue?
I stole an idea from a kid for a screenplay. I play a big movie producer.
Yeah.
And I steal the kid's idea, and the kid gets revenge on me in various ways, but one way is dumping a bunch of blue dye in my swimming pool.
Right.
And so then I go for a swim, and I get dyed blue.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, man, I made decent money. It was a big, listen, I mean, what was I going to do? Say no?
Yeah, I know. And did you lie there? And did you lie there as they were spray painting you blue for 2 hours? Saying,
2 hours.
Saying, I am a graduate of Yale School of Drama.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I tell you, interesting little thing about that. They spray you with tattoo ink like that. It was blue tattoo ink. And every night the guy had to, or somebody had to rub it off of me. It stayed up. It stayed on my feet for about 6 months. We couldn't get it off my feet. So my feet were blue for about 6 months. Just a little bit of trivia.
There you are. Yeah. And did your friends and family just sort of understand this?
Yes, they did. Yes. Yeah, very understanding people.
It wasn't like you went home and your wife was like, Paul, do you have gangrene?
Yes, I do.
You have, and I'm among them in a larger sense, you have a very devoted fan base. And in fact, they have created the Wax Paul Now movement. Are you aware of this?
Yes, I'm aware of it. Yeah, I think it's a thing of the past. I think that train has left the station. I don't think I'm getting a wax statue at Madame Tussauds.
So the idea was that the people they actually created a movement to get you, Paul Giamatti, star of stage and screen, your own wax figurine at Madame Tussauds.
Yes, they tried to, and it didn't work.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you?
I don't know how you qualify. That's my question.
Yeah.
What's the qualification for getting a wax statue? I don't know.
Right.
If I can't get one, who the hell can get one? I mean, that's true. For Christ's sake. I mean, my God, right? No, that would have been retirement time.
Yeah.
That would have been like, I'm done. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't need any more honors than that.
Well, Paul Giamatti.
Yes.
Well, Paul Giamatti, we have asked you here to play a game we're calling
Holdovers? Fun. Leftovers? Yum.
Oh.
So you just started a movie called The Holdovers,
Yes.
which was great, but it made us think of Leftovers. A lot of people liked it.
Nice. Good. Great.
And that movie made us think of Leftovers, which of course made us think of Tupperware. Answer 2 out of 3 questions about the iconic food containers, and you will win our prize for one of our contestants, the voice of anyone they choose for their voicemail. Bill, who is Paul Giamatti playing for?
Barbara Jacklich from Salisbury, Connecticut.
All right.
Right on.
Here's your first
Salisbury.
question. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Here's your first question.
Okay.
Everybody loves Tupperware, including your fellow celebrities like legendary singer Patti LaBelle. We know this because she recently told an interviewer what? A, that Elton John stole her Tupperware and never gave it back. B, that her concert rider includes 8 quart-sized Tupperware containers so she can take home leftovers. Or C, that she keeps the cremains of her 3 late husbands in them so they can, quote, stay fresh.
Cremains.
Ooh, boy. Cremains sounds like something you could eat.
Yeah, I
It
know.
does.
From your
Enjoy
Tupperware, which you
cremains.
saved
Yeah,
from your
totally.
dressing room.
Soft serve.
Now I have no
I
idea
guess
what the
I'm
right
going
answer
with
is.
that one. I guess I'm
Which-
going
you're
with
gonna
the
go with the
cremains.
cremains?
Yeah.
No, it was Elton John.
Oh! Wow.
Yes, you mentioned that she has a big heart. She did back in the 60s when she was pretty big, but Elton John was just a starving young piano player. He came to her house. Not only did she feed him, she gave him leftovers to take home in Tupperware. And she says, 50 years later, never got it back.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's awesome.
All right, you have 2 more chances. Here's your next question. Tupperware isn't just for leftover food. A Tupperware container was used at one point for storing which of these? A, Queen Elizabeth's collection of favorite earrings. B, Albert Einstein's brain. Or C, 2 pounds of plutonium left over from making the first atomic bomb.
Oh, that's silly.
That seems absurd to
Yes,
me.
yes,
the
yes,
plutonium
yes.
one, that
Yeah.
would just
Yeah,
melt
I
the
agree.
plastic. Even
Absolutely.
Tupperware couldn't
Even
do that.
Tupperware couldn't handle that. Yeah.
Einstein's brain was stolen by a couple of
Right.
guys, right?
Yeah.
And they drove around with it in the trunk of their car, I think. I'm going to actually guess it's that one.
Einstein's brain, you're right.
Whoa!
So what happened was, Einstein's brain was removed from his body after he died by the doctor who did the autopsy. There was no law against it then. But when he did drive across the country in an attempt to return it to Einstein's descendants, he did put it in a Tupperware.
Amazing.
So this is the last question. Earl Tupper, the guy who invented Tupperware. That's what it's
Wow,
called
really?
that. Yeah.
Wow.
He was a prolific inventor. He also came up with which of these ideas? A fish-powered boat. B, a combination belt buckle and photo frame.
What?
No, that's not interesting.
Or
That's not
C,
interesting.
the jet ski.
Okay, hold on.
It's hard.
I want to go with fish-powered boat because I think that's kind of cool.
Your choice is fish-powered boat? He actually came up with the idea for all of them.
Good question. Wow.
He left a notebook behind with all these ideas, including all the ones I mentioned. And yes, one of them was a motorcycle for the water that looks just like a jet ski. He never patented it, but he did come up with it.
Wow.
There you are.
He's like Leonardo da Vinci.
He
that
really
guy.
was in many ways.
Wow.
Bill, how did Paul Giamatti do in our quiz?
2 out of 3. That's a win, Paul.
Yes!
You're the champ.
They're celebrating in Salisbury.
They are. They're going nuts in Salisbury. Woo!
Setting things on fire.
Absolutely. Pushing cars over.
Paul Giamatti is an Oscar nominee and Emmy winner. You can soon see in Downton Abbey the grand finale coming to theaters on September 12th, or the episode Eulogy of Black Mirror available right now. Paul Giamatti, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you.
Paul Giamatti, everybody. When we come back, 3 hilarious stories about dentistry and how the 25-year-old musician Laufey makes herself sound like a middle-aged woman singing torch songs for a lover lost at sea. That's when we return with more Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
This message comes from Saatva, official mattress and restorative sleep provider for Team USA. The Olympic Games have come a long way since the first one in 776 BC. In fact, those Olympic Games weren't even games. It was the Olympic Game, a straight 630-foot sprint. But one thing that hasn't changed is the importance of restorative sleep to an elite athlete's performance. You can benefit from quality sleep too. Visit saatva.com/NPR and save up to $625.
This message comes from NPR sponsor Patagonia. As environmental progress stalls, Patagonia believes it's on businesses to step up. The company knows it isn't perfect, but it's proving businesses can make a profit without bankrupting the planet. Out now is Patagonia's 2025 Work in Progress Report, a behind-the-scenes look into its impact initiatives, from quitting forever chemicals and decarbonizing its supply chain to embracing fair trade. Explore more at patagonia.com/impact.
This message comes from NPR sponsor Sierra. No matter the industry, how businesses connect with customers defines their brand. And today, connection starts with a conversation. Sierra is the platform for businesses that want to provide better, more human customer experiences with AI. With Sierra, your AI agent solves problems fast. No stock answers, no hold music. Visit sierra.ai to learn more.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis, and here is your host at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everybody. This week, we are piling up things to be grateful for on your Thanksgiving table.
Could you move that plate? I don't want to get any cranberry sauce on our recycled Gandap.
For example, here's a Bluff the Listener game from May with panelists Dulce Sloan, Hari Kondabolu, and Tom Papa.
Hello, this is Simon from Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville, North Carolina is one of my very favorite places on this green earth. Do you enjoy it just like the beautiful outdoor life in Asheville?
I do. It is a beautiful place. We have the mountains. We have the mountain biking. Despite everything that happened last year, it's still my favorite place.
Well, me too. And, well, thank you so much for calling, Simon. You're going to play our game in which you must try to tell truth from fiction. Bill, what's Simon's topic?
Tooth and consequences.
We all know the basics of dental care. Don't forget to floss. Don't eat too many sweets. Don't take fluoride advice from RFK Jr.
Sustained.
But this week, we learned about another unexpected oral hygiene oopsie. Our panelists are each going to tell you about it. Pick the one who's telling the truth, and you can win the waiter of your choice in your voicemail. Are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
All right, first up, let's hear from Dulce Sloan.
We all have fond memories of the wisecracking, opera-singing drag icon known as Bugs Bunny. But a botched procedure at a dentist's office in Colchester, Vermont had the whole town asking, "What's up, doc?" Vita Evans went to local dentist Dr. Kurt Yosh in the spring of 2022 to get a set of veneers. Her and hundreds of other people in town got a shiny new set of veneers because Dr. Yosh was new to town and running a special. Well, after 6 months, Vita noticed an odd taste in her mouth, and her two front teeth were starting to become larger and longer. While out shopping one day, she noticed other people with the same affliction. Her wife also noticed and very gently said to her, "Y'all need to call that dentist. This place is starting to look like a rabbit's den." Vita immediately called the dentist's office. The assistant apologized profusely and explained that Vita was one of many with this Bugs Bunny syndrome. It was caused by a defective adhesive, and they would fix the problem free of charge as long as Vita promised not to leave a bad Yelp review.
Everybody in one particular town ended up looking like Bugs Bunny because the adhesive on their veneers all failed at the same time. Your next story of a dental error comes from Hari Kondabolu.
When Chicago dentist Jonathan Freeman renovated his practice, he went all in drilling a big screen TV into the ceiling so his patients could watch shows. However, after spending a fortune on his giant TV, Dr. Freeman bought a discounted package deal from a company called Humpty. Their direct-to-dentist package offers specialized TV shows licensed only for dentists with things you've never seen, like Truck Swap, The Great Serbian Baking Show, and of course, the last season of The Office. At first, his patients were resigned to watching Humpty programming, but they started drifting to one show, The Secret Lives of Central Nova Scotian Wives. Dr. Freeman's patients are so hooked on the show, they will do whatever it takes to get to the dentist. Patients are even opting out of anesthesia and raw-dogging their wisdom teeth surgeries to not miss out on episodes. They are considering moving the show from Humpty to a more popular streamer like Streevy or Smudge Direct. Are those real? Who can tell?
A dentist's exclusive TV programming brings people to ruin their teeth just so they can watch it from the chair. Your last story of a mouth mistake comes from Tom Papa.
Electric toothbrushes can do a lot of things. Time your brushing, enhance deep cleanings, and now catch your lover having a secret dirty affair while you're at work. Paul Jones, a private investigator of ARF Investigators, worked with a client who became suspicious of her husband after noticing the unusual times he'd brush his teeth. She knew he wasn't great at dental hygiene. Sometimes he would forget he brushed his teeth, walk back into the kitchen, and eat a stack of Oreo cookies like a hungry diabetic raccoon. But the smart electric toothbrush app connected to his electric toothbrush showed he was consistently brushing his teeth late in the morning on Fridays when he should have been at work. The private investigator exposed that the husband had started an affair with a work colleague, and they'd meet every Friday when the wife and kids were out of the house. 4 out of 5 dentists agree that when a digital toothbrush says someone brushed their teeth at 10:48 a.m. when they were supposed to be at work at 9, they're probably naked.
All right. Somewhere, someone was a little too devoted to dental hygiene was it from Dulce Sloan, everybody who went to a particular dentist all of a sudden one day looking like Bugs Bunny? From Hari Kondabolu, people who saw a particular dentist ruining their teeth just so they could watch his TV programming on the ceiling? Or from Tom Papa, a man whose cheating ways were betrayed by his own smart toothbrush? Which of these is the story of a dental mishap that we found in the news?
I'm going to have to go with Tom Papa. I think the toothbrush was perhaps smarter than the cheater.
You're going with Tom. Well, to bring you the correct answer, we spoke to an expert on the real story.
As a professional, he's always home at 10 a.m. on a Friday. Yes, it is alarming, but we would definitely want to look into a little bit more.
That was Jordan Alexander Shear of RA Private Investigators and Security Incorporated, confirming that, yes, that would be suspicious behavior. Congratulations, Simon. You got it right. Tom was telling the truth about the cheater. Earned a point for Tom. You've won our prize, the voice of your choice in your voicemail. Well done and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for playing with us today. Take care. Hey, it's Peter. Now, if you are anything like our typical fan, you must be an enthusiastic evangelist for our show. You tell everybody about it. You grab strangers on the street. You lean into cars with open windows and say, hey, have you ever heard about, as they drive away? There's a much simpler and less dangerous way to spread the news about our show. If you're a fan, just go to the podcast site that you get this from and rate us and review us. People really dig that. So, if you like Wait, Wait, remember to rate us and review us. But, you know, positively. The musician Laufey writes and performs songs that are all over TikTok, but they feel like you could have heard of them in a 1950s cabaret. So, naturally, when she joined us, we asked her how she defines her sound.
Thank you for having me.
I've been listening to your music all week, getting ready for this. I am entranced and amazed and don't know how to describe it. And apparently this is a thing. People keep saying you're a jazz musician, or you're a pop musician, or you're a classical pop jazz musician. What do you say?
I'm Laufey.
There you go. That's all you need to know. She's Laufey. That's it. That's all. You grew up, I understand, as a musician from a very young age. Your mother plays violin with the Icelandic Symphony. So she had you like playing violin, cello, piano from an early age, right?
Oh yeah, I had the whole package.
Yeah.
She's from China, so it was kind of, inevitable upbringing. But yeah, I learned cello and piano growing up. Right. And definitely had to practice every day.
Did you ever rebel at all? Did you ever I don't want to practice and want to go outside?
I think this new album might be my first act of rebellion.
Really? How so?
I feel like I don't know. There are a couple of swear words in there.
All right, she literally just covered her mouth because she said swear words.
Is there a song called I Don't Want to Practice Anymore?
I feel like for the first time I truly refuse to be boxed in with this album. So I just let my heart.
Wow.
I broke the rules.
You broke the rules, absolutely. You're reaching out. Now, you were not trained, although your voice is astonishing and reminds me of the great singers of all time, but you were not trained as a singer. In fact, I read that you said you did a singing competition as a kid and the judge said you sounded like a divorced 40-year-old?
She did, yeah. I mean, bless her. That was definitely meant to be a compliment, but I
was it? I mean, they were like, "Oh, you're so worldly. You've been around."
I think she was trying to say that I've always had a very deep voice.
Right.
Since I was quite young. I've grown into it now, I think.
Right.
I was odd, and I am odd. I think it worked out for the better.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Actually, that's kind of interesting. Do you think yourself as an odd person?
Less and less, or rather, I just own it now. But yeah, I mean, I was back then, especially, I was a 13-year-old girl who was only interested in singing songs from the Great American Songbook in Iceland.
Yeah, because your music is so redolent of classic American song. I was delighted to listen to a duet you did with Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
I know our audience is like, whoa, really?
I am also like, whoa, really? It's shocking.
So I'm assuming, just given your background and your training and your interests, you knew who Barbara Streisand was.
I thought my manager was pranking me.
Really?
Because it just seemed so far sought. I thought, I was like, this is a funny joke. Like, you got me.
But it was true. And how did you find the great Barbara?
I mean, I feel like I've never not known Barbara.
I have to ask you about your creative director, who is your identical twin sister, which is delightful. You must have been tempted to try the thing that everybody assumes identical twins do all the time, which is swap in for each other. Like, maybe you're tired, maybe you've done the concert, maybe you don't want to go meet the fans, as you're obligated to do. Can you send out her and she'll do it?
Well, they all know who she is, and they all want to meet her too. So
it doesn't help.
Doesn't help. Then it's like, even when I go out on my own, it's like, where's Yunya? So, yeah, that hasn't. We did swap one time.
What happened? What was the occasion?
It's a secret.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's
It
great.
was a
So wait a
date.
minute. So wait a minute. It's a secret. You can't tell me. Does that mean like there's somebody who thought they had a date with you, but it was really Yunya, or there's a music video in which we think we're watching you, but it's really Yunya? No, that's not it.
No to those two, but it's something else really good.
I don't think I can legally say.
Are we talking to Yunya right now?
I don't have her doing press yet.
No. That might become necessary when, then you get to the next level and there's so many
I
people
know, we
demanding
could
your
do
time.
a US and Europe tour at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a way, if we were in a situation where we didn't know if we were talking to you or your twin sister Yunya, is there a way to tell you apart? There's something about her that's very different than you?
Well, I sing. So I guess you could force me to sing.
Really?
She has a degree in international relations, so you could probably ask her about some foreign policy and she'd be able to answer, and I would kind of stare at you blankly, I think.
You would just start singing.
Well, Laufey, we are so delighted to talk to you, and we have asked you here today to play a game, and we're calling it,
Why is it still so light out?
Your new record coming out soon is called A Matter of Time. So we thought we'd ask you about a controversial matter of time, daylight savings time. Answer 2 out of 3 questions correctly, you will win our prize for one of our listeners.
My daylight savings knowledge we don't really do that.
Okay. All right.
Well, light out in Iceland during summer because the sun just doesn't set.
It just All right. Bill, who is Laufey playing for?
Brandon Green of Seattle, Washington.
All right, you ready to go? Here's your first question. The idea of daylight savings time was first suggested by Benjamin Franklin. He told the French that they could save money on candles in the evening if they just got up earlier in the morning. But the idea didn't catch on in France for a few reasons, including what? A, it was defeated by the French candle lobby. B, the French wanted it to get dark early for easier sneaking to their mistresses' homes. Or C, Ben Franklin was just kidding. You're going to go with B. You're going to go with B, that they wanted to sneak over to see their mistresses.
Yes. I don't, yes, yeah.
Okay. I'm afraid it was C. Ben Franklin was just kidding. It was a joke. Who would ever do a silly thing like that? Get up earlier than you had to. Come on now. All right, you still have 2 chances. This is not a problem. Here's your next question. Daylight savings time was introduced in America during World War I, but it wasn't very popular, as is evidenced by what happening after the war. A, Timex introduced their daylight savings proof clock, which couldn't be turned back or forward. B, the state of Connecticut made it a crime to turn your clocks back. Or C, a bill introduced in Congress that would have imposed a national bedtime of 8 p.m.
I'm going to go with B again.
And this time you're right. Yeah. It was. The state of Connecticut made it illegal if you were caught in Connecticut with a clock showing anything but Eastern Standard Time, you could spend 10 days in jail. All right. You have one last question, and I'm optimistic because it's about your home. Iceland does not have daylight savings time, as I'm sure you know. And the reason is, in 1994, 2 astronomers from the University of Iceland convinced the government to abolish it. What was their primary argument? A, the ancient Vikings who founded the nation believed sleeping late was an affront to Odin. B, it was bad for Icelandic horses who got agitated when all of their meals suddenly came an hour earlier. Or C, it is just so annoying.
Between B and C.
Yes.
We take our horses very seriously.
I'm aware.
So I could see conveniencing their food schedules. I could see that being an issue. But also it being just so annoying is also very Icelandic. So I've said about it. I want to say, I'm going to say C.
You're right again, Laufey. That's right. Bill, how did Laufey do in our quiz?
Well, she's a winner, of course. And she's from a long way from here. Congratulations.
There you go. Congratulations. Laufey, I got to say, I've enjoyed listening to your music all week. It was even more fun to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Laufey is a Grammy Award winner who's about to start touring behind her new album, A Matter of Time. That drops August 22nd. Laufey, thank you so much for being on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. What a pleasure. Good luck with the tour.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When we come back, the man who made Superman fly again and the nicest person ever to earn an Olympic medal for stabbing people. That's when we return with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR. Support for this podcast and the following message come from Mint Mobile. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no hidden fees. Plans start at $15 a month. Make the switch at mintmobile.com/wait. That's mintmobile.com/wait. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
This message comes from Schwab. Everyone has moments when they could have done better. Same goes for where you invest. Level up and invest smarter with Schwab. Get market insights, education, and human help when you need it. This message comes from Capital One Commercial Bank. Your business requires commercial banking solutions that prioritize your long-term success. With Capital One, get a full suite of financial products and services tailored to meet your needs today and goals for tomorrow. Learn more at CapitalOne.com/commercial. Member FDIC.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis, and here is your host at the Studebaker Theater in the Fine Arts Building in downtown Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagan.
Thanks, Bill. So we're here to help if you are still trying to make conversation with your visiting in-laws. Let's say somebody has gone off on politics and the room falls into an awkward silence. You can say,
"Hey, everybody. Remember when writer-director James Gunn was on Wait, Wait? Wasn't that great?"
And it was. Here's proof from back in July when I asked him about his early influences.
That is everything I grew up with. Comic books, punk rock music, and zombie movies. Yeah, all the things I love.
When did you start making your own things, your own comics and films?
I started writing and drawing my own comics probably when I was 9 years old, and then started making movies with my brothers at about 11 or 12 years old.
And what were some of those first movies? Do you remember? Do you have them?
Yeah, I do. I have some of them. There's one with Playmobil figures that I stop motion animated, but it was very bloody, so they're just, cutting each other up and getting bloody. Then I had another one in which it was a zombie movie in which one of my brothers became a zombie and ate the other one. That was also very, very bloody. And then I had another one where one brother killed another brother. That was very. There's a theme going on.
And the folks didn't take you to therapy?
They did.
Did your brothers ever complain, like, James, we know you're the creative genius in the family, but could we do something other than kill each other, or were they into it?
My one brother has a ketchup phobia. I won't say whose, but this is true. He cannot be around ketchup because I made him lie on the cold linoleum floor in cold ketchup for too long, and if he's around ketchup, he freaks out.
Really? Well, I want to talk about Superman, and I love it all, and I have this theory why it's so good, and that's because you take the emotions of all these characters really seriously, but you're not afraid of admitting that, like, superheroes can be really silly. So, for example, your new movie, Superman, starts immediately. Superman falls from the sky, hits the ground, and we see right away that the underwear is back on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay?
I was so excited. I love the bottoms. I love his bottoms.
His trunks.
It leaves something to the imagination.
Yeah.
Superman's wholesome. I don't want to see his junk.
Yeah. And then the next thing that happens is he falls to the ground and he is rescued by Krypto the Superdog, who is this fabulous mutt who is wearing a red Superman cape. And you're like,
right.
Okay, one thing I know about this Superman movie, there will be no brooding.
I mean, listen, I love all of that crazy stuff that was in the comic books that I grew up with. Flying dogs and giant monsters and robots and sorcery. And that's just part of the fun of it all for me.
I want to ask about the dog. Everybody loves the dog. The dog is a CGI creation that's based on your own dog, your rescue dog, Ozu, right?
That's Ozu, that's right. Yeah, yes.
And so does Ozu know that he is now an international movie star?
Ozu doesn't know anything. He barely knows where he was 2 seconds ago. Right. Even for a dog, he's not very smart, but he's very lovely.
Are you asking if...
He attacks himself every time he sees himself.
No, really?
Yeah, he hates Krypto.
He hates Krypto. Every time Krypto's on screen, he attacks the screen.
Oh, wow.
He's a maniac. But I will say, the one thing that's really been cool is last week, interest in adopting dogs went up over 500%.
Yes, I saw that.
I wouldn't get too carried away with this idea that people are adopting dogs. Wait till they find out that their dogs won't wear a cape.
We're having too much fun, but we have work to do. James Gunn, it is such a joy to talk to you. And we have asked you here to play a game we're calling...
James Gunn, meet the T-shirt gun.
Superman, classically faster than a speeding bullet, but can you be faster than a speeding T-shirt shot from a gun? Answer 2 to 3 questions about T-shirt guns correctly. You'll win our prize for one of our listeners. Bill, who is James Gunn playing for?
Ava Lewis of San Diego, California.
All right, you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
He's ready. Here's your first question. The technology behind T-shirt guns, as we know them, was developed during World War II as a way to fire grenades. But it wasn't until what happened that the inventors realized that this pneumatic gun had other applications. A, one of the scientists was trying to pack efficiently for a trip and stuffed his socks in the barrel of the gun. B, the inventors forgot to bring grenades when it was time to demonstrate the weapon, and they had to improvise with beer bottles and potatoes. Or C, one inventor went to clown college and later retooled all his wartime ideas for use in his act.
Oh, good gosh. Okay, so I don't think it's 3. So it's either A or B.
Right.
I'm gonna go B.
You're gonna go B, and you're right. Yeah. You're right, James. They realized they didn't have any grenades. We had to demonstrate it for the hires up, and they found out it was just the perfect size to launch bottles and potatoes very fast and very far. In fact, it was so successful, they even used to shoot potatoes at actual planes in wartime.
Boy, how humiliating would it be to be brought down by a potato?
It's true.
All right, let's leave the Irish Army out of this.
Here's your next question. That's very good. The modern-day T-shirt gun was developed by a college mascot, and it soon spread around the world. But not all mascots were equally good at using it. Like, for example, Chip, the mascot of the University of Colorado at Boulder, who once did what? A, launched a T-shirt that went into the marching band's tuba and got stuck so tightly that eventually they had to cut the tuba with a hacksaw to get it out. B, rolled up the shirts so badly that they only flew 3 feet before opening up and fluttering to the ground. Or C, accidentally held the T-shirt gun backwards and launched a shirt directly into his own crotch.
So it is bolder. I'm going to go with C.
You're right again. And yes, you can watch it on YouTube, and when you do, you'll discover not only are T-shirt guns powerful, but those mascot costumes not as padded as you might think, judging by his reaction. All right, let's see if we can make this perfect. Your last question. Not everyone should use a T-shirt gun. In fact, an Oklahoma woman was arrested for using a T-shirt gun. Why? A, she was trying to rob a T-shirt store. B, she was using it to shoot cell phones and drugs over the walls of a prison to a friend inside. Or C, she had it tucked inside her coat and did not have a concealed T-shirt gun carry permit.
Okay, I don't want to let Ava down, so I'm hoping that it's B.
It is, in fact, B.
Wow.
This is the proudest moment of my life.
She stood outside the prison and shot the supplies into the prison. Bill, how did James Gunn do in our quiz?
He is a Superman, getting all three right. Good going, James.
James Gunn is the director, writer, and the co-head of DC Studios. James Gunn, what a joy to talk to you. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon, I hope. Bye-bye.
Bye, buddy. Bye-bye.
This message comes from Dignity Memorial and Memphis Funeral Home, one of their nationwide providers. Retired football coach Bill Muir shares how they curated a memory table for his wife Barbara that brought joy to family and friends at her celebration of life.
If you walked around this table, when you got to the end, you knew Barbara Muir. I walked around it at least a dozen times. I mentioned that she liked to play Scrabble. Well, they had a Scrabble board there, and on the Scrabble board, it spelled out the names of all of our grandchildren. There was a decal from her high school. You know, her sister, she walked around and said to me, Bill, how do they know so much about Barbara? Their meticulous care and the detail in which they put it together speaks volumes. I felt very special.
Find a provider near you, like Memphis Funeral Home, at dignitymemorial.com.
If you'd like to play on air, call or leave a message at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. You can see us most weeks right here at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago, or catch us on the road. We'll be in Phoenix, Arizona on December 4th. Tickets and info are at nprpresents.org. Finally, in June, we spoke to an American athletic pioneer. Ibtihaj Muhammad was the first American Muslim woman to win an Olympic medal, and she even helped Nike develop the world's first hijab for athletes.
When she joined us in June, Peter asked her how she became so competitive.
Well, I'm the middle of 5 kids, and I think naturally, when you grow up in a large family, things are just naturally competitive. Like we would race each other in the pool, you want to get the last slice of pizza, just small things like that where I feel like you're just in like small competition. And I do feel like having an older brother who used to bully me a little bit definitely brought out this fierce competitor from an early age.
Right, yeah. And just out of curiosity, has your brother ever won an Olympic medal in anything? Just checking.
I would love for him to hear that.
You were good at a lot of sports, but you gravitated to fencing. And how did that happen to be?
Happened to be driving past a high school in my hometown. I'm from Maplewood, New Jersey, in the car with my mom. And from the road, you could see fencers in the school cafeteria. And my mom was like, I don't know what it is, but they're covered, so I want you to do it.
Really? Wait a minute. She had no idea what they were doing. They were just wearing head-to-toe outfits with a mask. And you're like, that's for you.
We thought they were wearing helmets, so that's how little we knew about fencing at the time. But, I was a kid who would eventually wear hijab, and I really struggled trying to find my space in different sports when I was just always out of uniform in a sense.
Yeah.
And when I started fencing, it just felt like home from the very beginning.
Right. And you picked up saber. Of the 3 weapons, it is by far the coolest. Am I correct?
Oh, the best, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the other weapons are.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares about that? Are you one of those fencers who I've seen many times who, after every successful point, just goes nuts, just like shouts and screams and victory? Or are you more of a quiet assassin type?
Not in my mind, I'm quiet assassin, but then I watch video and I'm like, oh my God.
Does that kind of competitiveness ever cross into the rest of your life?
It's, I feel like I have like I don't know if it's like OCD, but I have this, everything has to be perfect. And I really struggle when things aren't exactly the way that they're supposed to be. Whether I'm, fencing or, I don't know, mowing the lawn, whatever it is, I really need it to be perfect.
I understand. I just imagine you just mowing the lawn and after every row.
I've gone really into this.
Really? Into the lawn mowing?
I will say that my parents have the best lawn on the block.
I imagine. You've earned many medals and other honors, but one of the most impressive to me is that you were one of the women immortalized as a Barbie. I'm imagining, I have to assume you have a Barbie of yourself somewhere, right?
Oh man, I have so many of them. Like, I was like, if I have a bunch of kids and my sisters have a bunch of kids, then we need like 100 Barbies.
Yes. And the people from Mattel were like, I'm sorry, excuse me? Well, Ibtihaj Muhammad, it is a particular pleasure to talk to you, and we have asked you here to play a game we're calling
Take a Stab at This.
You used to stab people professionally, so we thought we'd ask you about other people taking a stab at something, that is, trying something for the first time. Answer 2 out of 3 questions correctly, you'll win our prize for one of our listeners. Bill, who is Ibtihaj Muhammad playing for?
Sean Pratt of Madison, Wisconsin.
All right. Ready to go?
I got this, Sean.
Here you go. Here's your first question. In 2019, a woman in Turkey took a stab at flying for the very first time. It didn't go great, though, because shortly after she got to the airport, she did what? A, sat down on the luggage conveyor belt, thinking it would take her to the plane. B, got onto the plane and sat down in the first empty seat she saw, the co-pilot's. Or C, drank an entire bottle of vodka in the security line when she was told she couldn't bring it on board.
Well, first of all, she's crazy. That we know.
All right. Assume.
She got on the conveyor belt.
Either she got on the conveyor belt, take her to the belt. She sat in the co-pilot seat, or she drank an entire fifth or whatever of vodka because she couldn't bring it on the plane.
I'm so stressed out for her. I'm going to go with C.
You're going to go with C. That was a little strange, but okay. I'm afraid you all were wrong. You should feel terrible about yourself. It was actually, I'm speaking to them. It was A. This is what happened. Think about it. She's never been there before. She goes to the airport. She checks her bags. They take the bag. They turn around. They put it on that conveyor belt that takes it behind the scenes to the plane. She goes, great, thank you. She climbs over, gets on it herself. Whee! All right, you still have 2 more chances. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, here's your next question. At 18 years old, Brendan Shanahan decided to try professional hockey, and one of the first things he did was get in a fist fight against fellow hockey player Rick Vave. Why? Was it A, he'd heard of the first thing you're supposed to do in a hockey game is find the biggest guy on the rink and punch him in the nose? B, because Rick Vave had just broken up with his older sister, or C, because 4 years earlier he had asked Vave for an autograph and Vave had refused?
C.
It was C. Yeah. He had asked Vave for an autograph. Vave says, get away from me, kid. And the next thing you know, it's 5 years later, they're on a rink somewhere, and he gets punched in the face. All right.
That C sounded so aggressive. I feel like I had to say C.
I know. I don't know what they would have done if you hadn't chosen that, so you were wise. All right. One more question. If you get this right, you win.
Oh, my gosh.
People should not be alone for the first time when they try getting high, like one woman who started texting all her friends about what? A, how crate and barrel should be called barrel and crate. B, how really good it feels to put a wet Q-tip up your nose. C, about how sorry she was for thinking mean things about all of them, which she proceeded to list.
I hear B. Does the panel have anything to say?
Yes, B. I just heard it in my
All right, let's go with B, and we'll send Sean home with some.
You're right, it's B. Bill, how did Ibtihaj do on our quiz?
He is a perfectionist, so she got 2 out of 3, which is a win.
Congratulations, one more for your trophy case. What a thrill to talk to you. Ibtihaj Muhammad is a retired U.S. Olympic fencer, the founder of Luella by Ibtihaj, and the author of 3 best-selling children's books. More info about all the things that she does can be found at ibtihajmuhammad.com. Ibtihaj Muhammad, what a joy to talk to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. That's it for our Here's What You're Thankful For edition. Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions, Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip Goedeke writes our limericks. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shana Donald. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Dornbos, and Lillian King. Special thanks, as always, to Monica Hickey. Peter Gwynn is the whipped cream and our sweet potato pie. Our vibe curator is Emma Choi. Technical directions from Lorna White. Our CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillag. And the executive producer of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is Mr. Michael Danforth. Thanks to everybody you heard on the show this week, all of our panelists, all our guests, of course, Bill Curtis, and thanks to all of you for listening. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll be back next week. This is NPR.
This message comes from Vital Farms, who works with small American farms to bring you pasture-raised eggs. Farmer Tanner Pace shares why he believes it's important to care for his land and how he hopes to pass the opportunity to farm onto his sons.
We're paving the way for a future. We only have one earth, and we have to make it count. Like my boys, I want to see them taking care of the land for them to be able to farm and then generations to come. I really enjoy seeing, especially my whole family up there working with me, and to be able to instill the things that my father, mother, and then grandparents instilled in me that I can instill in the boys. That's just the most rewarding thing that there could ever be. Vital Farms, they're motivated for the well-being of the animals, for the well-being of the land, the whole grand scope of things. They care about it all, and that means a lot to me.
To learn more about how Vital Farms farmers care for their hens, visit vitalfarms.com.